welcome to Picks Central. My name is Martin Mush. I am joined here today by Big Ev and Clemmer. We got Dukes in the back. A lot going on. A lot of stuff's happening. Big night last night. The Sixers beat the Heat by 1. Shout out Tyler Herro for taking his time for the last 3 to hit the over for everybody. And then I'm gonna get in front of it. That Hawks Bulls game, I had no interest in it. I watched it.
I sadly watched it.
I watched it too, and I was just like,
what am I doing in my life?
What am I doing? And honestly, it gave to me like more like, does anyone care about Trae Young anymore?
He's not good.
Yeah, I don't think
he played better when he was on the bench. It was crazy.
I don't think he's that good.
Also, him and Dejounte Murray hate each other.
That
was what an awful trade to pair them together. They don't fit together at all.
No.
Bulls are. I mean, over was easy. That was good.
Bulls are are just the Bulls. Like you almost like, good job, guys.
They're solid. Like they're just like a decent team.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
good.
They're gonna get wet. I mean, we'll see. They got to play the Heat first without Jimmy.
Jimmy's out.
He's out multiple weeks.
Multiple weeks?
Yeah, he's out. He played basically 3/4 of the game with a bad MCL injury.
I didn't hear he's out for
multiple weeks.
Wow. So the Celtics got a first round bye.
Basically, in my opinion, regardless.
I mean,
they still got to play the Bulls to get in the playoffs.
I'm saying no matter who the Celtics play.
Bulls are I kind of like the Bulls. Like they got there's a lot of individual players on their team that I like.
Caruso.
I don't think they have a chance to beat the Celtics.
He got hurt.
Caruso got hurt?
Yeah. In the game last
I think he's okay though.
What happened to me then? I was watching that.
Yeah, it was the second quarter. He got kind of tied up and he got hurt. Excuse me, he fell down. He got hurt.
Not a big Kobe White guy.
He had a huge game,
but he was 40 last night.
He was great. I like Caruso. They got some like a little young core. DeRozan, that man is committed to the mid-range like no one else.
I'll
tell you what, he's automatic though.
Yeah.
From like 10 to 18 feet, he doesn't miss.
That's why I love the people trolling on Twitter are like, DeMar DeRozan, like Michael Jordan is just DeMar DeRozan today. Because like the mid-range game, like it's obviously like a troll, but legitimately, his mid-range game is one of the best I've ever seen.
It's just so funny seeing him when you watch NBA, you just don't see people consistently take like 17-foot jumpers.
Yeah.
And he does it all day long and he hits all of them.
Jimmy Butler's hurt.
Yep. Toast. Heater toast.
Oh, no.
Listen, now it's like if the Celtics lose in the first round this year, it's like,
that's
embarrassing.
See, this year, when
have they lost in the first round?
It's been years since they lost in the first round.
The Knicks in 2013?
Yeah.
What?
What are you talking? Like, why did you say that like that?
What are you talking about?
You said the Celtics lose this year in the first round.
You made it sound like it happens.
Like they do it a lot.
Basis.
Didn't they lose in the first round?
No.
Oh, the Heat. I thought the Heat was 1-8 last year. Sorry.
No.
Sorry.
No, it's even worse, actually.
It's actually
you can
worse.
actually make the argument that what happened last year is worse.
Yeah, it's way worse. I apologize.
Well, we weren't the one, but we were the two.
That's what I was thinking. You were the one. So Heat, Sixers. I sat down and I said, I think this is going to ruin the show. Like, I think it's going to be contentious. I think it's going to be Smitty versus Big Ev, Rico, and Phil. And that doesn't usually go well. This is Phil's tweet. The Hawks were 2 wins away from going to the finals with other team's best player out. Miss me. Phil saying miss me.
2020.
Oh, Phil.
It's amazing. Miss me with a bright future stuff. They'll never get a better shot than this. Hey, Phil was right. 2021. Big Ev said, I couldn't be less worried about the 76ers.
Not worried about the Sixers at all.
Can you explain?
Not worried. I am not worried about the 76ers whatsoever. I'm looking directly at the camera. I never do that ever.
I know you never. I do that.
I am not. I always because I'll get the screen at myself up here or just on whatever the thing's on. And as a Knicks fan, I'm not worried about the Sixers. If you watch that game, they both stink. Like I'm not.
It wasn't a great showing for your team.
Embiid is not 100%. I'm not worried. I'm not worried. We were 3-1 against them this year. As long as OG is healthy and playing, and Brunson is healthy and playing, we'll be just fine. I can't believe we're dogs in that series. Knicks in 5 or 6.
Can I play devil's advocate for a second?
Sure.
Because I think
it's not a devil's advocate. I actually am on the other side. I'm on the other side, but keep going.
Okay, then maybe you're a better fit because I'm leaning more on the Knicks side of this one. But the Knicks, I mean, the Sixers have won 9 in a row now. Like they are playing so much better with Embiid. I will say, you guys are the 2 seed. My opinion, it's a very tough draw. Them at 7.
I mean, of course it is.
Horrible draw.
I would have preferred to play literally 4, 5, 6, or 8. I still don't think it's gonna be like a problem.
Who is 6?
It's Pacers.
Yes.
Yeah, you'd rather.
I'd rather play Cavs easy work, Magic easy work, Pacers easy work, and then either the Bulls or Heat. I think it would be easy.
So how far do you think
Heat? I would have been more worried about than the other teams if Jimmy was there. Jimmy out, I would be, but we're not going to play them.
Are you saying Knicks in 4 or 5?
5 or 6.
6 is tough work.
It's just like they have talent. But I still think like closing them out in 6 would be kind of like
big of you to say Sixers have talent. That's big of you.
I mean, like they're not total slouches, but I mean they're not better than the Knicks. They're not beating the Knicks in a 7-game series.
Well, I mean, this is the most positive, most confident I've heard of it out of any Knicks fan in the office. I'm pretty sure Hubs. I don't want to misquote him, but I think you were right there. Said he sees no doubt that they make the Eastern Conference Final.
He was saying. I agree with
you. Spit it out.
That's our expectation this year.
I don't know if it was
to make the Eastern Conference Final. That's what we were talking about after. That's what I think that was
expectation.
His point. Anything less is a disappointment.
Yes, that's your expectation.
Really?
Yeah. I would say that's like
no, it is. I agree. No, it is. But I love it. I love the confidence from.
I mean,
I don't think
I don't see it either, Marty.
If we beat the Sixers,
I'm with you.
You don't see us making these conference finals?
No, I'm saying it can happen. I'm not saying it will happen. You know what I mean? Like I'm saying you guys are in the mix for sure, but like the idea that you guys have like a path, like a easy road there is crazy.
Well, I'm not saying easy. I wouldn't like. I think expectation and saying it'd be easy are 2 very different things.
Who's the second matchup?
It'd be most likely the Bucks.
Huh. Although the Bucks have been bad.
They've been horrible.
I'm just saying the Sixers and Bucks is out.
Unless the Pacers steal it with Giannis being hurt, which if it's the Pacers, easy work.
I agree with that. I agree with.
They play no defense, and we play the Knicks. If they do one thing, they play defense.
I think the matchup with the Pacers is a nightmare for them. For the Pacers, I think the Knicks blow by them.
But I think the Pacers could be, especially without Giannis, they could be a tough matchup for the Bucks.
I took the Bucks minus 130 for the series. I really just don't think. I don't see it happening.
Like if they go steal one in Milwaukee, like one of the first 2, and with it because it looks like Giannis is not going to be there for the first 2 games at least.
Yeah.
If the Pacers go steal one, they're going to be like, holy shit.
You've been a Knicks fan your whole life, right, Ev?
Absolutely.
When's the first year you kind of remember watching them?
That I remember. Like early 2000s probably.
That's what I thought. Okay.
So I've never really the only time they've been good in basically my watching life would be like when Melo was there. Besides now basically.
So is there anything to maybe you've watched so much bad basketball and you've gone through so much shit with this
team
that the first time one of the first times they have like a legitimate decent team. Maybe you're kind of overshooting a little bit because you just you know what I mean. You haven't been there before.
But we've been good the last few years.
You were good.
We've been building up. I feel like we've been building up to this point.
Completely agree.
This is, in my opinion, the best team we've had in my watching lifetime.
Because you might be right.
They made the finals the year I was born. I was born in '94.
Yeah. See,
I was like they
made it again.
They basically
they
blew a 3-2 lead 3 months before I was born, basically in the finals.
No, I watched it.
And
I watched it.
They went in '99. I don't really remember watching in '99. I was 4.5. So yeah, early 2000s when they were awful. They've been awful pretty much the whole time. Besides Melo,
but do you understand?
A small stretch.
Maybe it's a bit of false confidence because you just haven't been here yet.
Of course.
No, I think that would give me more trepidation.
Of course, I think
because I
don't think so.
I see each side of the spectrum. I've lived as a New York sports fan. I think I've lived all. I have my Yankee fan hat where it's it's championship or bust every year.
Absolutely.
Knicks fan where it's just awful.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants where it's been a roller coaster in my life of high highs, really low lows. So I've been on every side of the fence everything can be on as a sports fan. I just think that listen, if we lost to the Sixers, I'd be fucking devastated, and it would suck because obviously we got a bad draw in terms of the other teams we could have played. But I don't think it's a false confidence. I think it's look at the way this team has played.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, I think the only reason we're dogs on paper is because they just see. I feel like Vegas, they love to bet on like they see Embiid, they see Max, all this big talent. And I still like Brunson is still disrespected because he's not super athletic, he's not big. So when they see like that's your best player, I feel like Vegas gets like they don't love that.
Well,
but Vegas doesn't determine the games.
If you're
you on the court,
sometimes it seems like they do.
that's
I think that on paper, you look at the rosters, it's 76ers are a little more like names wise. Embiid is the MVP of the
sure names wise.
Tyrese Maxey. You can kind of wash out Tyrese Maxey and Brunson.
Brunson's way better.
Way better though.
Yes,
way better.
I don't know.
Better.
I don't know about like that. Wasn't Maxey an all-star?
But I'm saying, look at the thing that people are. Brunson's
a star for
carrying this team, carrying this team. Not to say the other guys haven't played well. We've had Randall's been out for a long time. OG has been healthy for only spurts.
He's healthy.
When he was there, they were great. He's healthy now.
Yeah.
When he was the first game, they were great. He got hurt again. He came back quickly, played a game or two, was back out. Now he's back. As long as he's the defensive stopper. Hartenstein's been unbelievable.
Is he on Embiid?
DiVincenzo?
Yeah, DiVincenzo's been insane. The step up he's taken as a scorer since Randall and some of the guys have been out. He's been unbelievable. And even we traded for Bogdanovich at the trade deadline. He really has been a borderline non-factor.
Yeah.
But just even Deuce McBride has played unbelievable this year. Me and going back to Hartenstein, with Mitchell Robinson's been out most of the year. Hartenstein's going to get 100. I'm already afraid we're going to lose him because he's going to get a massive contract. Massive. Hartenstein's been incredible as a facilitating big man, rebound, play defense.
This game is on Saturday, correct?
Saturday.
Because
game 1 is Saturday.
It's almost kind of bullshit for the East teams because they
got one less day. Well,
West has
there's no games today.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
2 playing games are tomorrow.
The Lakers have had 2 days off now.
Yeah.
Not the Lakers. Who they playing? The Pelicans and the.
Well, the Pelicans are going to have to play again.
That's what I'm saying. Who's playing for the West?
Pelicans Kings.
Pelicans Kings have way more rest than the East teams. But yeah, no, I think it's going to be amazing, honestly. So the Celtics road right now is whoever the 8's going to be. Mm-hmm. And then who would their second?
Cleveland or Orlando.
Yeah, Cleveland, Orlando, which is, I think, easy work.
I mean, the Celtics, this is easy. Well, that's what you should get when you get the 1 seed. That's what you should.
This is not just the 1 seed. I mean, we won 64 games. The next team down is
the
150. I know, but I'm just saying the dispersity is more than usually seen.
For sure, 100%.
So
Celtics have been elite this year.
Wins.
Elite.
What's that?
I thought they were going to beat the record this year.
64 is hang your head on.
No, but that's the part that I think is hilarious. I think this team could legitimately.
Yeah. As a guy who
74-8
lives most of.
I thought they're going to beat the Warriors record.
As a guy who, besides one of his teams, are championship or bust. How does it feel going into the playoffs? Because it is championship or bust for the Celtics.
I seriously don't Obviously, anything less is disheartening and disappointing. But if you lost to the Nuggets, it's just yeah, the Nuggets are.
That's fine.
That's the one team where I'd be
fuck,
we're just not better than.
And also, it means we got there. So I agree. I agree with you.
It's such a loser mentality, but I'm looking at it from a realistic point of view. Yeah, if we lost in the Eastern Conference, you'd just be this is a joke.
No, that's what I'm talking about. If you lose anything in the Eastern Conference, it's sad.
Yeah, I think that
bad.
you, as a Celtics fan, you also have to expect that fans will talk shit about you no matter when you lose. Everyone else is looking at it from championship or bust. But anyone other than the Nuggets, disappointment.
I agree with you, Dukes.
But you know what it is? You're not wrong. But once you're there, that's gonna go.
Of course. Oh no, of course.
Once you're in the finals, because this will be the second. If this happens, obviously, it'd be the second time they've been in the finals in 3 years.
But let me contrast that. So when we faced the Warriors in the NBA Finals, that loss stung. But losing to the Heat last year stung more. Does that make sense?
Oh, well, of course, because that was a total you
shouldn't have lost.
You lost to a team way less talented.
That's kind of what Dukes is saying. All right, you go and face another heavyweight. You're all right, fine. But if you get your ass kicked by someone who looks like me, it's fuck.
Yeah, I would just be
even
they don't
the Warriors,
have the goods. I would just be they don't have the top 2 players in the Celtics. I would probably start saying Tatum just doesn't have the goods in the playoffs.
Because even the Warriors final series, I remember ESPN had the FBI was like the Celtics have an 84% chance to win the series or something, and they got they were losing 6.
Yeah.
6.
Yep. And
So I mean, so there's been a lot of that where like the odds people obviously like love the Celtics, and this team is better than that team. I mean, they obviously they acquire Porzingis,
This is the best
Drew
team of my
Holiday. I mean, like
Did you say, Dukes?
This is the best team of my lifetime.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not. It's just not. The
We're
07,
gonna-
the
we're-
07-08 team was
We
incredible.
will look back at this team.
No,
and
we
be
won't.
like, this team was better.
I don't.
this team, the one that I'll say, this team is just disgustingly loaded with talent.
Yeah.
So was that
Disgustingly
team. It
loaded
was
with talent.
crazy.
Of course it was,
way
but
more
this team might rattle me off like the bench players in that team.
You had Eddie House, James Posey. Posey, you could have been Defensive Player of the Year that year. You had P.J. Brown, who was really helpful. But then on top of it, you had that starting 5. You had
Well, of course,
potentially
you had
4
Garnett,
Hall of Famers.
Obviously, Garnett, Pierce,
If Rondo
Allen,
makes the Hall of
Rondo.
Fame, you have 4 Hall of Famers on that team.
That's definitely tough to beat.
It's
That
incredible.
for sure.
I don't think this
Rondo
Celtics
is-
team has 4 Hall of Famers starting on it.
I was a big Rondo guy. Rondo was
My
awesome.
first
man.
jersey, basketball jersey.
Rondo
I
was
think you
great,
can make
Rondo.
the argument that this team has five legitimate all-stars, and you could I'm not
You
going to
get
put
all
Jalen
the-
Brown and Jason Tatum in the Hall of Fame yet.
Well, that's the thing. Like this.
No, but
was
they
gonna-
they
is
have
Rondo-
that trajectory.
In
You have that
15
that trajectory.
Ron-
You want to make the argument for Drew Holiday? You want to talk about NBA? He could be in the Hall of Fame.
If you in 15 years we could look back at this team and compare them. You know, what I mean?
Rondo's
Like,
definitely a
when
Hall
it's
of
like-
Famer, right?
He is in my book, but plus the NBA Hall of Fame they put everybody in. So like,
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Basketball easy for him.
I
I
think
just
so.
because obviously his scoring numbers aren't great, but just he does everything else.
I gotta tell you, I went to Game 3 when they faced the Warriors a couple years ago, and they were up 2-1. They won that game, and I'm thinking like I could see you start seeing the confetti in your eyes. You're like, oh, this is gonna happen, and they drop the next 3. So you're right. Like if they make it there and they're up again 2-1, like I'd be lying if I said I'm not.
So I think you're gonna sit there. They're gonna look at the Nuggets, who the Nuggets are unbelievable, and the way they play together is so great.
Well,
But I just think the Celtics are probably deeper. Is that probably fair to say?
The bench has really come on.
I'd have to see more. I honestly have to watch more than Nuggets.
I think because the Nuggets are the Celtics on paper they feel more stacked. But
Jokic is the
the
problem.
Nuggets, everyone plays the Jokić obviously.
That's the thing,
best player
is
in the
they
world
have
right
the
now.
most-
Murray's awesome and clutch. MPJ is unbelievable. Aaron Gordon, they have a lot. Like he plays his role really well.
still wild. He just has a podcast with.
Lana Rhodes,
Yeah.
and I mean his brother just got banned from the NBA forever.
yes.
That's Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yes, correct. His brother just got banned from the
Banned
NBA
for-
for life.
forever.
I mean, also let's talk about that really fast. No matter what, that's stupid. You can't gamble. That's just the number one rule. There had to make a.
Oh, it's a
They had to make a,
no-brainer.
Example. I mean,
It's a no-brainer.
They did the
He
same
was-
thing in 1919 with
Yeah.
the Chicago. No, but
That's
no.
funny though. 1919.
Well, that was but they intentionally punished them heavily
Yeah.
to make an example.
No, you have to.
History always matters, man.
bet
Oh, I
against
know,
his-
but
he
you
bet
saying
against his own
1919
team.
Is 100 years ago.
Oh, I know. But it's also the textbook case of making an example.
Yeah,
like
that's
that
fair.
is the ultimate example.
That's fine.
The
Shoeless
guy
Joe?
bet against his own team. He bet against the Raptors to win.
Yeah.
Wasn't
mean-
playing.
He,
He wasn't playing.
but that's crazy.
And he was also feeding the bookies like inside information, like who was hurt, who was banged up. Like he was.
He was doing it with himself.
Yeah.
He
It's
got
stupid- stupid to
he
do.
told someone basically put in a massive parlay of his unders,
Getting banned.
knowing he was hurt and wasn't going to play,
You put it in perspective.
and they got frozen.
getting banned for 20K. It's brutal.
Well, that's financially.
Lose your livelihood over
Just
that.
being straight, just think about just pure fiscally, so stupid.
So stupid.
It's not like you're some guy in meddling college basketball wants to make a quick buck before you become an insurance salesman. The guy just made multiple $1 million playing basketball in the NBA. He reached the pinnacle of his sport.
Didn't he go overseas too, and he was making money there too?
Even if he's an overseas guy, those guys make well over
That's what I
six
mean.
figures.
Like,
They do
it wasn't-
great.
Like you can make.
Like,
Oh, the
why
guy was an
throw-
NBA star, but he had other avenues to make money.
And
he did.
And he could have. And he bet you're allowed to bet other sports.
Yes.
Josh Hart talks about on the Knicks. He bets football all the time.
LeBron does too, right?
You're allowed to
by DraftKings.
You're allowed to bet other sports.
Shout out DraftKings.
Like just don't be a fucking jerk off.
He has a Discord
What are you
where he
doing?
talks about the NBA. He talks about like trading. He's really big into like crypto and like trading stocks. And loves like putting like options puts. So like you get like to get rich quick.
Just
like,
I love to bet as much as anybody. Just really stupid. Just so stupid.
It's
It was-
just, like,
I saw
literally
this-
bet every other sport.
I saw this skit where it was like somebody was like, oh, like what do you like? What they're all watching the game. It's like, what do you have? It's like, oh, I have $50 on like the Kings. It's like, oh, I took like Tyrese Halliburton's over points. And then he's like, oh yeah, I have $80K on like that guy right there is like under 3-point attempts. It's like, what? Why'd you do that? It's like, no reason.
I wish that he bet on the Raptors when he was playing, so we could have the conversation of like
Pete Rose.
Pete Rose. Like I don't see a problem with it, but I understand
that might be a conversation for a different time.
I understand there's a problem with it.
Huge.
Well, with him, I'm saying this guy.
Yes.
Even it's because it became a big thing in even in the UFC. There's a big scandal that they stopped it because you used to be able to bet on yourself.
Yeah.
Bet on other
Yeah.
UFC
What's
fighters.
his name was saying that, right?
This guy James Krause, who was a fighter for a long time, ran a big gym trainer, and there was a big thing that happened where this guy came and fought. There was crazy action like that, like sparked like people were like, "What's going on here?" I think allegedly the guy was hurt. They knew he was hurt. He fought anyway. I think they're investigating whether he had a big Discord where he was giving out picks, making money, betting huge amounts. And then there's a lot of talk whether he knew this guy was hurt, bet against. That we don't know yet. It's all under. But they banned it from if you're a UFC fighter, you cannot bet on any UFC fights. No matter you fighting someone else, doesn't matter. They just
Probably for the
banned
best.
it. It just I think that situation just got so crazy, and we still don't even know what's gonna happen with that. I mean, he might get fucked.
Yeah.
If he actually bet on this guy that he knew was fighting and basically took a dive, he was hurt and just was like got hit immediately and just kind of went down and like curled up and it was over. So I mean, it's shit like that just can't happen.
The Dukes, I want to tell you the good news
Okay, let me hear it.
about the Celtics.
Yeah.
Martin Mush put a little action on the Lakers plus 270 to beat the Nuggets in the series.
I don't think it's like the craziest
It's
thing. I also
not
think
crazy. The way they're talking, the way that the Nuggets have dominated them. It doesn't but I can just see like LeBron, 40 years old.
You guys love your
doing
old.
it.
You really do.
No.
Love what?
I like it. As an old man, I like that. Good.
We're going to talk shit about LeBron right now.
I mean,
We're going to talk shit about LeBron right now.
I'm not talking shit, but it's just not things aren't always what they were. Time is undefeated. It's a cruel beast.
he's so good.
I mean, I'll never.
So
He's incredible. He's incredible.
I can't get upset today.
He's an incredible player. He's awesome. But
He was
it-
turning the corner on like fucking like 22-year-olds this year.
Let's see how it goes against the Nuggets. Maybe I'm wrong. If Marty, if you're right, then you put your money where your mouth is. I appreciate it.
Oh, I did. It's on.
Never doubt the Nuggets again.
You
Ever
can't.
again.
Yeah, you can't.
Jokić will be like 7 years old. I'll be like, guy, don't take it easy. You never know.
It is insane because you would think that the Lakers like match up like just like on paper that they'd match
They
up
do.
pretty well. Like you'd be like, oh, like
It's
you
just
got
that
one of
Jokić
the best.
is
I mean,
so good.
Not that
defenders.
every year is the same. The teams are relatively pretty much the same-ish. 4-0 sweep. Just
Lakers are a little
last
better.
year, 4-0 sweep.
Lakers are a little better though than last year. They are.
A little bit, but I mean,
They have more pieces, like not great pieces.
the
but they have
the
a little
core and like
more.
and I would say loosely, the core is the same.
Yeah.
The core.
There's not really much like what's really changed.
Like
LeBron and Jokić are still there.
Yeah, LeBron and
That's really
Anthony
all that
Davis
matters.
and
But even like from like D'Lo and like these guys like Reeves, like it's same.
no, but there's
Rui,
like I'm saying,
Rui, like same
Was Casey
same
there
guy.
last year?
Vincent
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a decent like bench player, but I don't think that's like going.
Dinwiddie's not a terrible player.
Dinwiddie's solid. Like that's they made some small improvements, but that's what I'm saying. They're like
I do think that helps them because
the Nuggets don't have Bruce Brown anymore, but like that's I mean.
Yeah, you know, let me tell you, I understand that. I that's why they're plus 270. But like, I do think that I don't know. I felt a little something in the air when I was watching the Lakers again, and I was like, let me just put this on it.
They faced the Nuggets. I'm sorry, twice this 3 times this season. Excuse me, they've lost all 3 times.
Yeah.
So Nuggets are 7-0 in their last 7 against the Lakers.
I don't think the Celtics match up bad with anybody besides the Nuggets. Like, even like talent-wise, I think the Celtics are better. It's the Yokić factor.
He's just such a. I mean, when he's just facilitating the offense at the top of the key, like what. Malone, their coach, said it on PMT last year. And it really resonated with me because the more I watch him, the more I see it. Jokić, he really has so much LeBron in him. Like, they couldn't be more like dissimilar in terms of like body type and athleticism. But the way he's like 3 steps ahead and just his passing and the way he's able to make everyone around him better, the way he just gets that, like he just gets that ball at the top of the key and you're fucked. It's crazy the way he just sees. The way the Yokić just sees the game, like he's just 5 steps ahead of everyone.
By the way, not only did the Nuggets beat the Lakers 3 times, all games were 8 points or more.
Who played? Did they all play?
They definitely played in the finals or in the conference finals last
year. The
most
recent game was on March 2nd. They lost by 10.
Did they all play?
You know what's scary for you, Marty? Though the comments coming out were like. The Nuggets are like, oh, we 4-0 swept them, but that was our toughest. That was our toughest series.
LeBron played 37 minutes. Anthony Davis played 38.
All right.
I don't know what else.
I'm asking. That's literally what I'm asking. You didn't know either.
AD.
I
think AD played the most games this year. He's played in like any season.
Yeah, people hate him too. I don't know why.
He's become like the poster child for being like made of glass in the NBA, like soft, just because he's been hurt a lot. AD is one of the best players in the league.
The game before that, both AD
not better than Jokić,
LeBron played as well.
All right. Well, I got the Lakers plus 270.
Okay, good luck with it.
I
honestly, I hate the Lakers.
Money line?
But Lakers, Cooper Flag, and Yankees money line. We have unnamed show. I totally forgot. So we have 2 minutes left. Have you got any plays for today?
Yeah, baseball. I wish there was basketball. No basketball today. I'm on the Rangers today.
Me too.
Jack Leiter's first start. I know the pitching matchup obviously definitely favors the Giants. I'm going to take the Diamondbacks here though, plus money. I'll tell you what, I'm not even going to lie to you. It's not like some big like analytics or match. I just think they're just too good of a team, too good of a line to be getting up to plus like 150. I think they're down to like 130 now. But for the dog of the day, I'll take them plus. I got plus 150. Yeah, and I'm on the Rangers money line.
I am on the Red Sox. I think Carrasco fucking stinks.
The lineup's rough today, though. No Devers.
Yeah,
the lineup's horrific today.
I just think but it's also they're minus 115. You know, like the line's kind of showing Red Sox. I'm not gonna do it because he's a friend, but the Marlins are a good look today. Jameson Tyon's first start. Don't know how he's going to be. He's coming back from his injury.
Apparently the weather is supposed to be really bad there in Chicago. That might get rained out. Just keep an eye on that. In our hit parade group chat, the Tank was talking about it this morning because he was trying to go to the game, but it's supposed to be like 80% chance of rain or something crazy.
I'm going Diamondbacks today.
My pick of the day is Logan Webb, under 3 runs, or under 2.5 runs, excuse me. He has an ERA of 2.20, I believe, at home since last year. The Red Sox lineup today is no Devers, so I'm taking under 4.5 runs to the Red Sox. I also like the Rangers today, like Ev. And then here's a weird parlay. I don't know how this is going to work, but it's plus 105, but Mike Trout over a hit. So Mike Trout gets a hit, and then Jose Ramirez under 1.5 hits. And that's plus 105. Jose Ramirez is about like 250 this year. So he's a great player, don't get me wrong, but I don't know. That might be worth a flyer. The baseball slate today is pretty weak for betting purposes.
Some day games, though. 3-day games.
I really like that Logan Webb, though. I know it's minus 135, so there is some juice to it, but he's so good in San Francisco.
And Trout's in the hit parade.
Just allegedly, Trilly Donovan, owner Jerry Jones is offering double whatever the Kentucky commits were making to come play for Arkansas. That's kind of crazy.
Say it again.
Jerry Jones is offering double whatever the Kentucky commits were making to come play.
I didn't see that anywhere.
I mean, really, throw that money around.
It could be true.
Cowboys owner Jerry Jones?
Yep.
Someone said
you made me worry about your own team for a while.
So it was via.
Fuck the Cowboys.
I didn't see.
Nah, worry about Arkansas.
Yeah, we're the Cowboys running backs are Deuce Vaughn, and
I'm not worried about that. I think Rico Dowdle's not bad.
And Royce Freeman.
I don't think that's I just don't think that's like an issue. People.
That's what I'm saying. They
fine enough.
They haven't signed anybody.
I don't think they need to. They'll draft someone probably.
I don't think they need to. They've been shitty.
Rico Dowdle's pretty good.
I like Deuce Vaughn. I'm not saying the running backs.
They signed Royce Freeman.
I'm not saying running backs. I'm saying the team.
Oh well, I mean, fuck the Cowboys.
Yeah, fuck them.
I hope they rot in hell.
I'm just saying, like,
Fuck the Cowboys.
All right, that's a show. We'll be back tomorrow.